You are tuned to the Folk Music Notebook, streaming folk songs 24/7.
Welcome to Folk Music Notebook's Artist in Residence Showcase. Each week at this time, we shine a spotlight on an outstanding singer-songwriter or group from our folk music community as they share an exclusive performance for our Folk Music Notebook audience. This week's guest is Noah ZACHARIN. Born in Montreal, this Canadian singer-songwriter began playing guitar at the age of 9. He wrote his first song when he was just 13 and started performing a year later. And since then, he's gone on to become one of Canada's most acclaimed guitarists and songwriters. He's also a much sought-after producer and instrumentalist, appearing on over 60 recordings from artists across North America. And Noah is also an award-winning poet and translator, publishing hundreds of poems and translations in periodicals and anthologies worldwide. And we are pleased to welcome to Folk Music Notebook's Artist in Residence Showcase, Noah ZACHARIN.
This is a tune called 17 Minute that I wrote in Chicago a number of years ago. Flowing river don't mean much to me. No wind from the north rattling the leaves. Only steam and whistling wheels that shake the joint. Metal on to the vanishing point. Train passed by every 17 minutes. Each one got one of my old loves in it and all. Oh, 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 I'm gonna miss that train. Now sweet jelly roll, whiskey in the jar. Well, I roll for the night. I got snake eyes in my own backyard. But I'm alright with how she got free. My watch keeps good time and my knife keeps me shining company. Train passed by every 17 minutes. Each one got one of my old loves in it and oh, 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 I'm gonna miss that train. Train blow a whistle like babies loving. Sweet and not leaving as it is in the coming. And oh, 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 I'm gonna miss that. Now stars fall from a quiver in the sky. And by pond I'll shiver, splashed by the sound of goodbye. That everything's diamonds, everything is cold. Around the blues bend, there's a bluegrass banjo roll. Train passed by every 17 minutes. Each one got one of my old loves in it and all. Oh, 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 I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss that train. Minute. It's a technical world. I had hoped to do everything live, just straight through, and the program cut me off in the middle of what was probably the best rendition I've ever done of the following song. What have I got to show for it? It's the same old story. You know, I once loved a girl. When I was in her arms, I was in a perfect world. And I held her for a day, showed her forever, then she went away. And now the seas we swam and the skies we shared are gone. What have I got to show for it? What have I got to show for it? What have I got to show for it now? And it's a sweet old season of leafing pretty things. Boys and girls go arm in arm, bees buzz about the nectar and the sting. Soon the shivers on, nights blow cold and they grow long. Faded petals fall like 1,000 setting suns. What have I got to show for it? What have I got to show for it? What have I got to show for it now? Now an elegant woman wants to put joy back in my day. She wants to paint a little color on the gray face of my little pain. And I hold her in my arms, but she leaves before the dawn, without leaving even a trace of scent behind. What have I got to show for it? 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 Now I'm going to shut this off and I'll be right back. Nice to see you. Told you I'd be back. I'm going to play a song that I wrote a number of years ago. And I attribute much of the imagery and much of the vibe and just the fact that the song got written to a couple of friends of mine. Take these off. Who, big supporters of local music scene up near where I am at in not Northern Ontario as such, but rural Ontario. Wonderful couple, Dave and Linda, and big supporters of the local music, and they had an annual festival at their property and had a jam at their house for a little while. And I made it out to one of those jams, and on the way I heard that on the radio that Guy Clark had passed away, and it was in a time of a lot of other losses. And so I got to Dave in his house and did the jam, and then at the end of the night I said, Dave, Guy Clark is gone and there's so much work to be done. And at that moment I knew I had to go back to the cabin where I was at and write the song, and that's what I did. It's called So Much Work to Be Done. Well, this whiskey made it through the winter. It's still got a bite. And I lift one to the master. Farewell, farewell, good night. Too many losses from my fingers. Hands can't steady anyone. Here on Crumbling Mountain, there is so much work to be done. Well, I was driving my particular darkness. The radio voice placed him in the past, and the whole world dimmed a little. Texas stars at half-mast. Can't blame the constellations, the spirit or the sun. On a one-lane road of moonlight, there is so much work to be done. Well, I don't have much to hold me here. No pistol pony wife or kid. But I got a sweet cabin and a guitar from Austin, and what little good I did. And if I get another morning, I'll know it by the sun. Angling in on a whisper, there is so much work to be done. So much work to be done. Well, he wore denim and a Stetson, had a pencil and a chisel and a grin. Master with a job don't ask how or why. He just asks what, when. So play it on your daddy's dobro, or fire off a 21 gun. There's salt in the Rio Grande, and there is so much work to be done. so much. As I was saying, that's called so much work to be done. My palm hit the, what do you call it, trackpad. It's quite an age we're living in. Anyway, I want to finish off with one more tune. It's kind of a song about traveling. And of course, there's very little of that going on. I miss my friends in the States, so it's nice to be with you, at least virtually. And perhaps in 2022, I'll be able to see you all, some of you, live, without a light blaring in my face. I'd be happy to be in touch with you. Give me check out noahsong.com, noahsong.com, and there's a lot of information about my old records and records to come. And there's contact information and sign up for a mailing list for a newsletter that I send out once in a while, with music stuff and poetry and just pictures of the landscape that I'm living in now, which is a beautiful one. And working on a new record. Most of the songs, all of the songs that I'm playing tonight will be on that record, God willing. Anyway, thanks Ron for the invite, and thank you all for checking it out. Oh, he has eyes. This is called 10 Tons of Road. My name is Noah ZACHARIN. I'll see you down the road. There's a blue cloth on the table, a pint or two to hold it down. You know how the wind blows wild in the dim light of this town. There's a pair of hands I held, a pair of eyes in which I drowned. Where's the paradise I've been shaking in when love made the siren sound? 10 tons of road beneath my wheels, a million miles of skies above. Can I take me far enough to ever forget I love you? I keep a couple of pieces of gravel in the heel of my left shoe. They remind me as I travel of each step I took away from you. Now there's a carving in an old oak tree my sweet edge penknife made. Where are you, my darling? It's cold, yeah, it's so cold in the shade. 10 tons of road beneath my wheels, a million miles of skies above. Can I take me far enough to ever forget I love? Now the tulips, they are opening as the daffodil begins to wilt. And the crocus, it's just history. And see this house I've built. I want to know everything, I want to love everyone. When you come to me and my money's gone, I'll buy you drinks with gold of the sun. 10 tons of road beneath my wheels, a million miles of skies above. Can I take me far enough to ever forget I knew love? Hope to see you real soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.
You have been listening to Noah ZACHARIN on this week's Artist in Residence Showcase on Folk Music Notebook. Be sure to check out his website at noahsong.com to learn more about Noah and to purchase his outstanding recordings. And also be sure to join us again next week at this time for another Artist in Residence Showcase. And check our website for a list of encore broadcasts. I'd also like to invite artists who are interested in being part of the series to contact me at ron@folkmusicnotebook.com. This is Folk Music Notebook, your virtual folk festival, 24 hours a day.
You are tuned to the Folk Music Notebook, streaming folk songs 24/7.